In the world of politics, few events send as strong a message as when a prominent figure unexpectedly steps away from the scene. And this is exactly what Marjorie Taylor Greene's resignation signifies. It's a clear sign that Donald Trump remains the dominant force within the Republican Party. But here's where it gets provocative. Is this supposed display of dominance truly unassailable, or could it be a warning sign of underlying fractures? Recently, Greene made headlines with her surprising announcement to exit the House of Representatives, citing a fallout with Trump as a major factor. Her decision underscores how the current GOP landscape is still deeply influenced by Trump's authority. Those who challenge him risk foundering politically. Yet, if Trump's obsession with unwavering loyalty causes him to dismiss legitimate disagreements or criticisms, like Greene's, or to punish those who deviate from his line, it could steer his party onto a dangerous and unstable course. Over the weekend, Greene publicly pushed back against speculation that her departure might be a prelude to a 2028 presidential run. In a detailed post on X, formerly Twitter, she insisted she is not motivated by power or titles, a statement that seems to betray her disappointment with politics and Washington's toxic environment. Her words, coupled with a video and an extended statement, suggest that she's distancing herself from the party's traditional political ambitions. Still, her messaging doesn't seem to indicate she's retreating from the core principles she espoused, such as an America First approach, especially considering the position she's taken recently on Social Security, healthcare, immigration, foreign policy, and the national debt, a veritable manifesto that signals a push toward a more conservative, populist realignment of the MAGA movement after Trump. Her falling out with Trump has ignited considerable intrigue, not only because it reveals a rift between two of the movement's most influential personalities but also because it hints at broader internal divisions within the MAGA ecosystem. Greene, once a fervent supporter of Trump's often controversial style, apologizing for her own past incendiary rhetoric, appears to be signaling fatigue with the daily chaos and hostility Trump fosters. In Washington, two dominant theories attempt to interpret Greene's actions. The first suggests that her exit reaffirms Trump's hold on the party, that her falling out is merely a tactic to reinforce his dominance, similar to the fate of former critics like Liz Cheney or Jeff Flake, who were ousted after opposing him. According to this view, Greene's resignation and her reluctance to face primary challenges backed by Trump underscore how the president consolidates power by punishing dissent. The second perspective, however, argues that Greene's rift with Trump could indicate deeper fissures in the GOP itself. Her departure coincides with a decline in Trump's popularity nationally, hints of a lame duck presidency, and an internal revolt within the party, exemplified by Greene's involvement in challenging Trump's narrative on issues like Jeffrey Epstein. If true, this suggests that the conservative movement might be experiencing a shift, with even Trump's closest allies questioning his grip and direction. Both theories likely hold elements of truth. It was always unlikely that a lone Congress member, regardless of her media savvy and controversy-cultivating skills, could stand toe-to-toe with a sitting president who has personally reshaped the GOP and built a populist movement rooted in grassroots loyalty. Yet, Greene's assertions that Trump has strayed from the core values that initially propelled him into office could represent a significant challenge to Trump's authority, especially as his influence begins to wane during his second term, a period when presidents often start losing their grip. Trump's efforts to suppress Greene, making her life difficult enough to drive her out, might be an attempt to delay the erosion of his political power. But when internal conflicts within the movement erupt, especially over controversial figures like Nick Fuentes or internal policy disputes, it often signals a weakening of the revolutionary fire that once fueled Trump's rise. Greene's critique of Trump extends beyond mere policy disagreements. She has voiced concerns over his personal attacks on social media, which she says have jeopardized her safety, and she criticized him for spending millions against her politically, a move she described as ridiculous and undignified. Her stark words reveal a growing disillusionment, fueling speculation about her political future. Not everyone is sympathetic. Many Democratic critics dismiss her complaints, with some like Representative Jasmine Crockett questioning her victimhood narrative, implying she cannot withstand the political heat she helped stoke. Looking ahead, Greene's immediate political prospects seem bleak. While she denies any plans for a future run, her decision to leave Congress might be strategic, a way to distance herself from a potential 2026 Republican loss and position herself as a true warning to the party about impending dangers. Her departure comes at a time of mounting turmoil within the GOP, a controversy over figures like Nick Fuentes and growing dissent from conservative think tanks and media circles. Moreover, Greene's vocal criticism of Trump's handling of issues like healthcare and economic policies suggests she may be aligning themselves with an evolving, more populist core that values straightforward, basic solutions over establishment promises. In the broader picture, Greene's departure and her criticisms may signal that the next Republican presidential race will revolve around themes of economic hardship, government neglect, and the failure of leadership in addressing ordinary Americans' needs, issues resonant far beyond the MAGA base. Trump's recent claims that Greene's resignation is great news might be premature. Her involvement in legislative battles, as well as her outspoken critique of his policies and foreign priorities, demonstrates that her influence remains significant. Her stance on critical issues, like the rising costs of healthcare, the erosion of social safety nets, and the integrity of foreign policy, could shape the narrative of the upcoming Republican primaries. And here's the ultimate question. As Greene and others challenge Trump's dominance and voice discontent, are we witnessing a revolution losing its momentum? Or is this merely the prelude to a new, more fragmented phase of the conservative movement? Share your thoughts. Do you agree that the internal dissent signals weakness or resilience in the GOP's future?